Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22 Career Mode, episode 69, and we are at Liege-Bastogne-Liege for this one. Last couple races didn't quite turn out the way we wanted. Top 10s in both. Good performances. Sixth was our worst of the two finishes, but no podiums as of yet. Peters, our favorite guy for today, lost 5. We had 3 back-to-back objectives for him, as these races suit him pretty well. Next one will not, with a poor cobble rating, so this is his last chance. And he's got some really solid ratings. Let's see what he can do today. Omar is a decent support rider, so we'll go ahead and put him on protect. Vermark +2 today is okay. The overall team not as strong as some of the previous days, so we are going to need some help and support this time compared to what we had over the last couple. Azumi is here. Decent support rider. We can put him on Vermark. That leaves us with Gonzalez, Huggins, and Piccioni. Piccioni with a -5 draw. Doesn't get any worse, literally, than that. He would have been one of our guys today. Huggins with that 79 punch might be up. Gonzalez is definitely going to be one of our guys as a result. I think maybe we leave Gonzalez on his own and use Piccioni to protect Huggins, knowing that Gonzalez can hang in there for a while. Not as much climbing early on. A lot of the climbing comes in the final third, so we will go pretty quickly through this. 220k still to go. Very, very long race compared to many of the others. As we approach 100 kilometers to go, this is where the race actually begins. We got our water when we needed to 20k ago. We need to get water one more time, and the climbing is going to get pretty severe. There's already 9 riders out the back, 4 in the break with just a 3-minute advantage. Not looking good for them, especially with all the climbing that is left to do for now. We're going to take our 75 and just try to keep position. Jumbo-Visma, though, working our way to the front. We want to take it easy for a little bit, use the descents to recover. The nice thing about Liege-Bastogne-Liege is the descents are steep enough that they take their foot off the gas and at least get a little bit of recovery in. The ascents, quite steep, though, so it goes fast, recovers fast. Inside 80k to go, and I think I'm going to need to start upping the effort here, at least a little bit. Piccioni already starting to feel it. And we're starting to see some splits, some yo-yoing happening. Huggins not keeping up quite as well with that 71 mountain. He's going to have to put in extra effort to keep up. Put him at an 82. And we have 67k to go. During the next climb, we will take care of the water situation. Piccioni's going to have to gel. Helping Huggins is going to burn him up. Azumi is probably strong enough to take care of the water situation. And we'll send him back now. Piccioni makes it through that one. And we've got our full team in place. But not much of a recovery on this descent. Water's taken care of for the day. Piccioni's going to begin his fade, and the free man is Gonzalez, so go ahead and protect Huggins, as we are seeing individuals on the attack now with 46k to go. And these are contenders that are trying to attack. And more of them going forward. I should probably send someone up there. Or chase it down. One of the two. 40k to go. I'm not. We're only 45 seconds behind. We're okay. Azumi, gel. Piccioni. Let's get these guys to up that effort. Côte de la Redoubt. Big time climb here, and we're going to start to see the field separate, and we're starting to see that front 7 escape just a little bit with 34k to go. We are chasing pretty hard at the moment though. Already pulled back 20 seconds. And the Peloton's down to 63. Panamar's not going to last much longer. 30k, and no longer time to sit idle. We've already seen how that goes. Peters is the leader for Mark. Huggins, Gonzalez, and Panamar. Panamar is gonna start chasing, not at a 99, just trying to get that foot down first. Now, 95. Pogacar, Schachmann, Gregoire, Johannesson, those are favorites on the attack. Ayuso trying to go as well. Plus trying to catch already a strong group. That's a lot of contenders up there, including Bogley. Zumi's been dropped. Panamar is out of energy, so we will move on from him as well. And Gonzalez is up, 28k to go. Why is Gonzalez so far back? Yeah, that hurt a little bit. Still 4 riders off the front, contenders. And you're seeing a big acceleration. Bit of descending to do, so the 25k is a little bit on the deceiving side. But we do need to push pretty hard to get back up there and get in contention. And here is one of those places to do so as Gonzalez puts his foot down, rides hard. We catch Mark Hershey. And red bar is gone, but we will use that yellow up on Gonzalez. Huggins will take over as we crest. And these guys are going flat out through here. One big climb left to go. Okay, yellow bar, only all that's left now for Huggins, but you can see it's definitely faster than what Gonzalez is able to do. We've caught Godou. And we're down to Vermark and Peters for that final climb. They're going to have to go pretty dang fast. Still 10 riders to try to reel in. Gonzalez try to break toe. Or not Gonzalez, Huggins that is. Gonzalez is already at the back end. Alright, on to the climb. It's in such percentages that the strongest can create. And here we are trying to bridge that gap. So close, Vermark. So close, those guys are just so quick. Vermark continues on. Now it's just 9, well, it was just 9. We've caught the front end. Bagioli, Evenepoel. There's another part to the climb, so let Vermark lead it on just a little bit further here and set us up for that one with Peters, 13.6k. And here is that climb. Go ahead and follow Ayuso. And off he goes. Or just go. Attack. Vermark's done. So is Huggins. Just Peters left. We cannot attack throughout. Let's wait for like Simmons and follow these guys. Group of 4. Group of 4 has gone separate. I'm happy with where we're at right now. Johannesson, Ayuso, and Simmons. 6 chasers. Just behind us. Very slender gap, but Peters can win a sprint if he has a little bit of energy left. Johannesson not contributing, Peters not contributing, and now it's 8 riders at the front. 5k to go. But we have somebody capable of winning a sprint. He's going to have the red bar. He's going to have the yellow bar, so we're going to give him a chance. He is right behind the front wheel. And he is giving us a nice acceleration, setting us up 3k to go. 14 riders now. Vermark not in the group, though. 2.3. Let's see how technical this run-in is. Right. You don't see the map in the rest of the way. 2K to go. Still technical on the run in. Peters, we want to go soon. 1.6. Glogue is trying to come through. I think Sheffield is trying to come through. 1.2. Let's go. Peters has the sprint, has the capability, has the victory. Johannes Peters, first place, ahead of Ayuso and Champison. And kind of comfortable too. Sheffield, Simmons, Pogacar, Glogue, Johannesson, Paulus, and Vanderpool. Great job. Great job there. That one went according to plan. There is Remark, just outside of the top 20, 24th for him. I believe that is our first monument victory. I'm encouraged by that one. That was good. And it's Peters, new man. Big time signing for us. First big time win for him. We jump into the final 2 stages of the Tour de Romandie. Big mountain stage now, and we have a 14-kilometer mountain time trial in the final stage. So climbers are obviously going to be where it's at, but jumping into the later stages, timings are all over the place. None of our riders are in the top 10, and we only have 1 climber here. Also, we are outside of a fitness peak period. We are at a point where a lot of our riders need some recovery. They need a few weeks off. And for the majority of the riders on our team, that time off begins roughly 2 days from now. As soon as the Tour de Romandie ends, also Paris-Roubaix coming up is also happening on tomorrow, that last day of the Tour de Romandie. So those 2 events are going to lead to a bit of a break period. Riders are going to get some time off, but there is some fatigue. Unfortunately, the most fatigued rider is Abner Gonzalez, and he is the one pure climber that is here. So thanks to the fitness level, the fatigue level, he's carrying a -4. And he's got some decent team support, but not from strong climbers. None of those guys are here. So even though we have an overall decent race day condition on the day, our situation is looking pretty rough. All I could really hope for from this race is maybe squeaking out a top 10. Because Gonzalez is the only good climber who could do that. But with a -4, he's not going to do that. So then you need somebody else. Nobody else is positioned time-wise to do that, and none of them are that strong of climber to begin with, even with race day condition bonuses, right? Big snowball effect of, good luck to us. Let's see what we can do here on this stage. I have a feeling Gonzalez will quickly be replaced as leader before too long here. Let's get somebody to go get water. We'll say Bach, you can do it. 7-minute gap to the breakaway of 7, which means either we're going to be chasing hardcore to get those guys, or they are going to win the stage today. We'll see. That gap has come down by half a minute here in this valley as we begin climb number 2 of realistically 3 climbs on the day. There's a little bit of undulation otherwise, but that's the bulk of the heavy lifting that we're going to have to manage today. We've already pulled that gap back by 2.5 minutes, and you were seeing that wear and tear go into our group now. Bach, Gel, Mickels, Gel, they're not going to be around a whole lot longer, and you can see how Gonzalez is struggling right now. Vashek may find himself as our leader going forward, or possibly McKellar, which they're going to be coming from behind because they are not terribly well placed in the GC like Gonzalez, who's I believe 17th overall. Mickels, first one dropped, and Bach as well. And we're looking already. Ponomar, didn't expect him to get dropped here, but there he goes out the back. And we're looking at a peloton of just 58 riders as we've gone over the top. Just 4 left from the break. They still have a 5-minute advantage but that's not much, and that's not many riders. Gonzalez barely makes it through there. Hoggins as well. Hoggins is obviously the one that we want to protect. Gonzalez, Vashek and McKellar, like I said, they're kind of in a different boat. That's 2 of the 3 climbs, with that other minor undulation along the way now behind us, and very much a smaller peloton. But yeah, I'm worried about how things are going to be looking when we start that final climb. Little brief Cat 2 here. It's going to take a little wear and tear, but there's plenty of time to get full recovery in for these guys. And at the moment, it's looking like I don't think anyone's going to be catching up. Now just 40 remain in the peloton. And we're seeing a little attack by Lopez, trying to use the descent to open up a gap. Okay, 47k to go. This is the time that we need, say, McKellar to go get water. Hoggins needs to protect Gonzalez, and we need him to recover. McKellar will be fine on his recovery. Oh, get a little tiny split here, but that momentary. Quick descent, so recovery is only going to be partial here. McKellar he's just eking out the full recovery that he needed, which is why I picked him to do this. Because you're seeing that, like, Vashek would not, or Hoggins would not have recovered much at all. Okay, into the valley below. Gap to the front came down by about 40 seconds on that descent, meaning we were chasing pretty hard. Alright, I do worry about how we're going to perform on this final climb, but we're in good shape technically so far. I mean, we got 4 guys out of the 40 that's here. That's 10% of the peloton, and in terms of teams, right, we are only about 5%, so we're looking good there. Almeida attacking before the climb. And Hoggins. Let's see just how quickly we are eking out car attacks. Ayuso goes to the front, Hindley goes to the front to chase. This is good. The favorites are putting their foot down to pull back car. Okay, trying to minimize the effort we put in here in the early phase of this climb. You can see we have drifted back a couple bike lengths, but we are managing that relatively well. We've got Movie Star coming forward. Those are support riders, 3 support riders coming up to take over the chasing. I love that some of the favorites are the ones that are putting their foot down right now. And we're down to 36, by the way. And the pace continues to lift, and we are having to push harder and harder as the drift period. We can only drift so much further as we kind of got to the back end here. It really helped us conserve some energy. We're talking about a 1-minute gap now to the last 3 riders of the break. Plus, I believe Carr is still off the front.
There's an attack in the leading group. Some riders were not giving it their all and sharing the pace. This climb features some dreadful percentages.
No, he's not. That was Bystrom. He was from the break. Now see Carr attack again. A little bit easier period here, and we've kind of recovered our position a little bit. But look at those legs. Those legs are not looking too good at this point. And Vashek is looking like our favorite to still be in this thing. Almost saw a split here at the front. Right there near the yellow jersey. And Gonzalez will not make it. He's not going to make it to the end. Vashek is now our guy. Still haven't caught the rest of the break, by the way. We're going to get a brief period of seeing the heart rate drop, but it's not going to allow
The
recovery.
riders are entering the last
We're going to
50
take a right-hander here, drop down for just a moment, and pick a different climb instead. And that begins now. Okay, final climb. We're looking at 14K left overall, 6K to the top of our Cat 1 here. But then we have a brief descent, followed by a little more uphill to finish off. So that brief descent is not steep enough or long enough to get recovery. Therefore, you've got to still have something in the tank for the ending. And we're going to change things up here. We're going to protect these two instead. Gonzalez is just, he's not going to make it. Guaranteed. He's not surviving 6K here. And we're seeing a couple guys on the attack.
and he spurts away from the group.
Those are the
He's going for
favorites.
victory.
And there you go. Gonzalez and Huggins have both been dropped. Put them on auto, and now we're looking at 20 riders left at the front, plus, 5 guys right here trying to attack. Go ahead and gel up for Vashek as well. We do not have the strength to really be trying to push or attack or anything like that. We are really in survival mode. You can see Vashek just surviving barely, but he's not going to make it. He is not going to make it. 13 chasing 5. I'm okay if we are in that 6th, through whatever stage, but we're not. We've been dropped by that group, so I was worried about that. I was definitely worried about that for today. We're looking at a guy who's a 73 mountain as our leader right now. 77 today, yes, and 80 stamina, and that nearly gets him in contention as he does make contact with Vanderpool, Almeida, Ayuso, Nader. Those guys are much, much stronger climbers. So Vashek hanging with them is helpful. But we are looking, back end of the top 20, I think. I think we are definitely outside of the top 10 right now. And Vashek's only 27th overall at 217 down, so it's not well placed. There's already 6 guys. Carr took the win. He was able to attack multiple times and still go on and win the stage. Hindley took 3rd. Asbjorn Helmos takes 2nd. That's an unknown one, but he is a movie star rider. Brenner, not a big name normally, but he is like an 81 mountain, so he is one of those 4 guys that have 80 plus. Sepkus down in 10th. Godu, Hagita on the edge of the top 10, and we are 18th on the stage. Not looking great for our prospects of a top 10. So therefore, I'm not going to bother with what that final stage is. We've done what we could do and had the one guy, who's our strong climber, been not so fatigued entering today's stage. Gonzalez could have been poised to, do, even if he had a 0 race day condition. Vashek would have been protecting him still there at the end, and he wouldn't have been 18th. He would have been in that top 10. He would not have been winning today with a 0 race day condition, but he certainly would have had a top 10. 79 mountain, much better than what Vashek has, and stamina-wise, he would have been okay, and Vashek would have been protecting him at the end, making him last that little bit longer. We still almost got him to the top despite his -4. That being said, our prospects are now done on performing well in that last stage and it meaning anything whatsoever. And Gonzalez is likely to have a big negative race day condition again anyway. But next up for us is Paris-Roubaix. We'll make that a one and done episode. I love Paris-Roubaix, and it's an epic race. And we are better suited in the classics than before, but it's still not our strong suit. So we should not be winning. But my oh my, a top 10 would be badass. I'd really enjoy if we could pull off a top 10 in Paris-Roubaix. After that, Giro. And we are going to do what we can in the Giro. performance-wise this year. Tour is going to be focused on Green Jersey. We are not focused on GC there. We're not a dominant GC type team, but we'll see what we can do with the GC in the Giro for this season. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.